Today, I was originally actually going to make a very different video, which will be next week, so no spoilers. But I was studying today for the final I had on Friday, and today I had a lesson. I learned today that sometimes the best lessons you get are the ones that you miss. I'm not exactly a perfectionist, but now that I'm at university, I'm someone who, obviously with my motivations, I want to get into Oxbridge. I want all these grades, and I sort of hold myself to this standard, this superficial standard of I must get above this grade. I must get the 70 plus, the first that would help me get to you.
At the Masters. Essentially, I got a grade back. Now, this is a project in a minor course, so it's a small class worth overall 12.5% of this year's grade. And this small class was worth about 30% of that class. So it's not a particularly major class, but the grade counts where it counts, And this was about a month ago. I already sort of had my in and outs with this professor. I didn't like him for one reason or another. I'm sure he's great. It's just I had my opinions.
So when I got this grade back, I had found out that I'd barely passed, which, it's obviously, I passed, right? No one wants to fail, everyone wants to pass. But for me, in my head, this was the ultimate sin. It's the worst thing that could happen to me, that I didn't get the 70 plus. And, thinking back on it, it's quite a self-indulgent thing to think, how dare, I come to this level. I thought it was the end of the world for me that I didn't get the first that I wanted. And immediately I was so upset. I was more frustrated than I had been in so long. I thought, obviously this professor has in for me. There's no way. There is zero way that should have happened. My dreams are crushed. All these sorts of negative things that I shouldn't really have been thinking, considering I passed. At the start, I was very frustrated. One of the grades I got back was for 25% of the course, you had to submit this extra thing, this Excel sheet, alongside embedding it into your document. And I embedded it into the document, but I didn't submit the Excel sheet alongside it. So I got 0 for that section. And I thought to be fair, in hindsight, I feel like that is a little bit harsh, considering it was all there, embedded. It just wasn't the extra document submitted. But it's a humbling thing. It's a lesson. It was harsh, but I didn't do what was asked on the assignment. I couldn't. I did sort of half-ass it. I was balancing this and another assignment, and I thought, fuck it. Like, this assignment is just going to get done, and I'm going to ignore it. I submitted it with pretty low expectations. So what did I expect? I got what I should have gotten. Maybe what, 55, 45, it doesn't matter. I got what I should have gotten. And I left the library with my friends. It was time to go anyway, but this was this ruined my day. I was so frustrated, and I walked down. I had to go collect a parcel, so I was going to be separated from my friends for a minute. And as I was walking to get the parcel from the student services, I thought, maybe it's a lesson. I couldn't understand why I had reacted so negatively to this. I passed. This is what I needed. Obviously, I have these aspirations for the schools I need to get in, but passing is sometimes good enough. I was juggling another assignment, and this is the first year they've done it, so it's okay to do that. And I walked up there, I collected my package, and I just sort of given myself a breather. I thought, why let it get it to me? Why let this get to me so much? Why does it make me so upset that I passed? And I realized maybe this is a lesson. Obviously the marking is quite harsh, and it's sort of crushing to not experience what you're used to. It's a very different experience to what I'm used to feeling, because I'd studied this and that, but it was a lesson, one, to do what you were asked. I couldn't half-ass things and just expect myself to succeed and work out. It's a lesson in humility. I thought, how dare the professor, like, do this? This has ruined my chances. But really, what I should have been thinking is, okay, here's the advice given back. Here's what I should have done. It's a lesson in humility and making sure you get things right. And if I'm to face the challenges that I'm supposed to be facing in the coming years, getting into these universities and stuff, this is something I will have to learn sooner or later, that I can't expect to just succeed all the time, and I'm going to hit a wall. And that is why I think sometimes the best lessons are the invisible ones. Yay. Section 2, the song of the week is, I'm doing this now, Lifestyle Trainers by Panchico. I love them, and I really hope to see them live soon in October. I've not gone to the gym this week again. I know, it's bad, because I've just been studying every day, 9 to 5. I've definitely had time, but I haven't gone, to one reason or another. Just either didn't have the energy or was out of pure laziness. I did start reading, actually. This is a book recommended by some professors. I've tried to get off my phone and read it. As you may know, I have ridiculous screen time. I made 100 connections on LinkedIn. Yay! How exciting. I know that's the most important thing in the world. And, I think things are on the up, regardless of the few bumps in the way. I think that things are looking up. And it's my final Friday. 2 more days and I will be free. Just 2. And I'll be done with the exams. How cool is that? But yes, just to summarize, if you ever have something you don't expect, or something that you think shouldn't have gone this way, maybe it's a lesson. Sometimes these things are lessons, in one way or another.